This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Just imagine that you're an employee at a food outlet and you found yourself locked in the freezer. It's minus 18. You're wearing jeans and a T-shirt and you've been in there for 2.5 hours and you're thinking, oh, this is how I go.
You don't want to freeze
She
to death.
luckily was rescued. The company fined $1.5 million.
There you go. Which seems right. James is in Bullsbrook. Hey, James.
Hey, how you going, guys?
Good,
Buddy.
James.
All right, so we're talking about when we think, okay, this is how I go. What do you got for us?
Well, so I do volunteer firefighting because I love getting paid for nothing.
Putting your life on the line. Yep.
Yeah, so I don't even remember about 3 years ago now, there was that big fire up near Ocean Farm, Red Gully. It was sort of up near Lano.
Yep.
Sort of ways. Yep. So we're out there. And I had this very, let's say, intelligent person tell me to park myself on this track. And I said, oh, no, it's fine. It's not coming this way. We just want you to, just keep an eye on it. There was me and one other bloke there in this truck, and I was after half an hour, I was like, I'll just, park up here, sitting on the back, just watching the world go by. And I was like, oh, what's that glow? And he goes, I don't know. Within
I don't know.
minutes, it was on us, and I'm like, oh no. And
This is it.
And then we got on the truck, and then the truck wouldn't start. Then I stalled it, and then I couldn't get it into gear.
James.
Panicking. So then you have to sort of stop and collect yourself and still your breath. And then,
Yes.
and then the worst part was when we got back, there was they'd eat all the food. There was no welfare, no food or nothing.
No, they'd eaten all the sandwiches.
Can you imagine that? Life and death, you get back there, at least I'm going to walk into a bloody tuna triangle sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
No food or
Oh,
Maybe a curried
James.
egg, Nate.
I'm devoed for you.
Hey, James, did you have any kind of hose on the truck or anything when you guys were parked up?
Yes. But the problem is, on the BMW, but if it's that big, this was like almost half a kilometre long. So your hose isn't going to do anything. It's
No.
just tuck and roll, get out of there.
Yeah.
So,
Be like throwing a glass of water on it.
Yeah, right.
You're pretty much, yeah. So, and even the pub was shut on the way home.
Just keeps getting worse.
James, are you still a volley? You still do it?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for punishment.
Yeah.
And then,
No, you guys do great
Well,
work.
you know what I
It's
love?
amazing.
You know what I love is they say after a near-death experience, you look at life and you grab it with both hands. He just looked at life and looked at the lack of catering.
Yes.
And the pub was shut on the way home.
Oh, great work. Thank you. Adam's in South Freo. Hi, Adam.
Hey guys, how you going?
Hey, good,
Good,
Adam.
buddy. Now, when did it look like your life was on the line and you were like, oh, this is how I go?
Yeah, it was in the height of my stupidity backpacking days.
Yes.
Yep.
And it was in India, and I was with 3 other backpackers, and we decided to catch a goods carrier truck from Srinagar, Kashmir to Leh Ladakh. It was about 400 kilometres.
Yeah.
Anyway, it took 4 days to travel 400 kilometres. If you can imagine doing 100 kilometres a day, you're just trudging along.
Yes.
Anyway, towards the end of it, we went through this pass between the Himalayas, and it said, there's a sign that said, you are under direct fire, be careful.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, because this is Kashmir where they were always fighting over
yes.
Kashmir. Yeah.
Yeah, but Pakistan and India are fighting all the time.
Yeah.
So I had been a backpacker, no idea about any of that. This was just winging it the whole way through.
Of course.
Anyway, so we see this sign, and we start to be a bit more concerned than normal, and then we rock up past the checkpoint, and then as soon as we pass the checkpoint, the driver, who's been doing 10 kilometres an hour for forever, does 110 at full speed to make sure we don't get blasted.
He's been saving himself for this moment.
Once there's a threat of bullets, he can put the gas on.
It's one of those giant goods carrier trucks who's doing 110
Yes.
along, and we're just going, oh my God. So then the next thing that happened, he's actually blown a tyre.
Oh.
We heard the bang,
Oh.
and then he's a Sikh guy, so he's got like a religious shrine in the front of his
Yes.
apartment,
Yeah, of course.
And he's touching the shrine. He's actually thinking we've actually had a near-death experience. And then he gets out and realises it's a flat
Yes,
tyre.
you haven't been shot.
But,
It's just a flat tyre.
Yeah, but the scary thing was later that night we were waiting in the convoy of trucks, and then we were in the middle of the barrage between Pakistan and India. There was actual bombs going. You can see them across the sky between where we were. So they were shooting
Amazing.
across us. It was bizarre.
Adam, that's
So you
huge.
on the goods truck? Did you just hitchhike, or what? How did you find yourself on that
Yeah.
goods truck? Goods truck.
So what you do is it's a dodgy backpacker thing where you go, okay, instead of spending hundreds of dollars and catching a flight or whatever,
Yes.
we'll just jump on the top of a truck for $10 to pay the driver. I was with 3 other backpackers from different countries, and the whole experience of the actual bombs going off was heightened from sort of the green cigarettes we were smoking at the time.
And what goods was the truck carrying? Do you remember? Did you know?
Who knows, mate? Who knows? It's Pakistan, India. Who knows what sort of dodgy stuff was going on?
Well, cashmere jackets.
Well, you know, because you were smoking the green funny stuff. I just wondered if they had any good snacks.
Just cashmere sweaters.
Hi, Rhonda.
Good morning, guys. Love your show.
Rhonda.
You make my day every morning.
Rhonda, and this is why I'm really glad that you're currently living.
Oh, so am I.
So when was it?
A long,
Yeah, what happened?
long time ago.
Yeah.
So, yes, I did live to tell the tale, obviously. So many years ago, forward driving, my husband and I, pre-kids. So up the Mundaring power lines, used to go there a lot of weekends,
Yep.
and in a short wheelbase Land Cruiser. So driving along, it was a lot of big ruts. So we kind of went off kilter, and next minute we're basically the driver's side's 2 wheels are hanging over the edge of a very, very big drop.
Oh,
Yes.
oh my God, it's like the
And we're sitting
movies.
there, and my husband looked at me, and he said, "Now don't move." And he proceeded to leave his seat, climb over me,
No.
and get out of my passenger seat door, and still telling me, don't move, just stay there while we wait for help. I honestly
So
thought,
wait there, he got out and left you in there to weigh
And
the
left
car down
me-
as an anchor so it didn't go over the edge.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yes,
he got out.
He got out.
Over,
Yeah.
over the top of you.
He crawled over
Husband
the
of the
top.
You gotta look, go. No,
And then
my
said,
worst.
don't move.
I've got a lot more to live for.
Rhonda, you still married to this man?
I am nearly 43 years.
Rhonda!
Well, as long as you know your position.
That's what's known as a massive red flag, Rhonda.
I know.
move. Let's not get you out of the car. No, you
no.
stay there.
That's
Just-
right. Whatever you do, don't you move.
So, Rhonda, how long did it take to get help, and what happened?
We were lucky we were travelling with a group, so it wasn't too long. It was probably, it seemed like a long time,
Yeah,
but
of
it was
course.
probably only about 15 minutes or
It's
so.
a long time when it's you
It's
in
a
the
long
car.
time to be
Yeah.
teetering over an edge.
Yes,
I
it
can
is.
tell you.
What's this wonderful man's name?
Laurie.
Laurie.
Laurie,
take a good hard look at yourself,
Right now,
mate.
some women are going, what a monster. Many men are going, oh, I see exactly what he did there.
Yeah.
I back
Sean's
him up
one of
on
them,
it.
I'm guessing. Thanks, Rhonda. Taryn's in Rockingham. Hello.
Hello, how you going?
Hi,
Okay,
Taryn.
Taryn. When did you think, oh my God, this is how I die?
Well, many moons ago in Ireland, I was a supervisor in a meat factory, and we got this huge new machine that was like, there was these compression things underneath that would shoot the meat out of mold.
Out of
And
mold.
being the supervisor, I have to make sure everything's kept going, and there was meat got stuck underneath. So I went underneath the machine, and the compression thing shot up and wedged my head in, and I was there, felt like ages, but I was stuck. My head was stuck in. I couldn't get it out of this lodge, and I swore my skull was going to explode.
Yeah.
Oh,
So what
so
about
the-
constant pressure on it?
The
Yes.
meat compression thing.
Yeah, and only that the machine malfunctioned. It must have done a malfunction in the compression release.
Yes.
I wouldn't be here to tell you this
I
story.
know, because what if they
Wow,
came in and
Taryn.
found her too late, and there she is, just her body, and from the neck up, it's just sausages.
That's how it works, Nathan. That's how it works.
It was Billy the Smiling Sausage. So there you go.
So your head must be really tough for the machine to malfunction once it's jammed you in there.
Yeah, I've always been told
Sean.
I'm a tough nut.
Tougher than a rissole, they say. They've always said it about Darren.
Was there a compo payout for that?
Well, would you believe I went to the manager and I said, oh, because I was really dizzy and, that I had a big crack down my skull, and they just laughed at me.
Well, you know what? I can understand why they laughed.
I know.
Well, it was
Oh, health
Ireland
and
in the
safety.
90s.
Yeah,
you know,
it was in the
Ireland in the
90s.
90s.
Oh, like, you're hilarious, Taryn.
I have to say, you're the first person who spoke to that's gotten their head stuck in a meat compression
Yes,
machine.
I know.
If you've been waiting to skip the school holiday crowds for your next trip, now's your chance.
Yeah, take a sneaky weekender with whatif.com.
Just imagine the quick airport check-ins. Book accommodation and more on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
So you hear like these stories, but it's like, does this really happen to people? A Channel 9 sports reporter, her wedding has been cancelled 3 weeks from the big day.
Unbelievable.
3 weeks. You've got everything. Everything's good to go.
And just over the past few weeks, there's been posts that her and her partner have put up, her celebrating his birthday, them being at events together, and everything looked all hunky-dory.
So something bad has happened.
Something has gone down, and we've been talking about
She's been sprung.
People pulling the pin on the wedding just weeks or days before the wedding. I wonder if anyone has ever been to a wedding where everyone is sitting down waiting for the bride,
like
and
the
then
no-show.
She doesn't come down.
Yeah.
That would be thrilling to be part of.
Or the groom says, I'm going out for a cigarette and never comes back.
You know what would be exciting about that? Is the thing you bought from the present for the,
you
get
can
to keep it.
That's right.
You get to keep your ice cream maker.
And your ice bucket. Laura's in Scarborough. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Laura.
Laura. Talk to us about a wedding that was cancelled at the last minute.
So it wasn't mine, but it was Mum's. So sorry, Mum, if you're listening to this, she's going to hate me.
Mm-hmm.
But basically 2 weeks before the wedding, she ended up pulling the pin because she found out that her fiancé was still married to his ex-wife.
Okay, that's problematic. So legally the wedding couldn't go ahead.
That's the problem with Australia and the way they look at sister wives. You know what I mean, Sean? They look down on the sister wives situation.
I know.
So they're really a group of girls having fun together, loving the same man.
If only we all lived in Utah. Laura, did they stay together, or did she feel too upset about that?
Well, my mum and her and him had been together for 10 years. So I don't know how you don't know.
So, Laura, we did have a guy that we worked with, though. We had a guy that we worked with who...
yeah, that was a fairly unusual circumstance, though.
But he was still married to...
Yeah, but he was a gay man.
Yeah, he was a gay man.
No, but
and they were married. They were married in Vegas as part of a stunt on their contiguous tour, and the paperwork never went through to you know...
But back to you, Laura. I want to know about... how did she find out?
Because they went to apply for, like, I don't know how it works, but you apply for, like, the marriage certificate or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And she couldn't do it because he was still married. So we actually went through with, like, because we'd obviously paid for everything. So we kind of went through with the celebrations, but they didn't actually get married, and he wasn't there.
And he wasn't there?
You had the wedding without him being there.
Most women say the problem with the wedding is the groom.
That's true.
A lot of brides
it's a party that's been paid for, Sean. So you've got all the booze, you've got all the food. Of course.
Yeah. I get that. But so you go to get married, and getting back to the point of he's already been married, or he is already currently married. Why didn't he know that? And why wasn't it a thing where you go, oh, well, shit?
I think it's all very suspicious, personally.
So they're not together anymore?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Laura, can I just say my favourite thing about this whole thing with you telling us this story is we know that your mum probably doesn't want you to share it, so you whispered the entire thing.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Mum.
No, I just thought she was... So anyway...
Just telling us over the fence.
The whole conversation was like this, Laura.
Yes. Very conspiratorial.
Wait, sorry, guys, hold on. I can hear something. Anyway.
Someone's coming. Thanks, Laura. Kira, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Kira.
Kira, talk to us about a wedding that was cancelled at the last minute. What happened?
So I was with a guy for 10 years, engaged for 2.5. So it took 2.5
You're not
years
Laura's mum, are you?
Sorry. Very good.
Keep going, Kira.
So weird. I have a daughter named Laura. Anyway. Yeah, Kira.
Yeah, so 2.5 years to plan the wedding. We spent $50,000 on it. 6 days beforehand, he decides he doesn't want to go ahead with it. His friend from his work cancelled her wedding the day before, so he went out to cheer her up. And he came home and ended it with me.
And what? So the work friend has cancelled her wedding. Obviously, that's a big deal because they're well down the track as well.
Yeah. No, so at that point, were they involved?
Yes.
Well, the funny thing is, he wanted her to come to my hens night, which she cried at.
She cried.
Well, because you're marrying her boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's pretty rude of you.
So the wedding, that was it? It was off?
Yep, it was off.
You paid $50,000.
Kira.
Yeah, and we lost the whole lot. We couldn't get any of it back because you need 2 weeks.
That's on him. That's on him to cover.
Did he end up then
being with her?
Yeah, being with her.
Yeah, he ended up getting married to her 5 months later, and they've got a kid already.
Oh, Kira.
Okay, so there was definitely
That's
there was definitely
heartbreaking.
So
stuff
she
going on.
broke off her wedding, and then he's gone
And
to
they were-
console her, and that's where. So he went to
No,
console her. or
it
he
was
just,
going on before then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
surely.
But like,
Yeah,
but
we'd be together,
then
we'd
he
be
It
went-
had to have been going
so
on
that
before
would have
then.
been.
They were-
That would have been a conversation they
found
maybe
his-
said, is both of us cancel our
Yeah.
weddings, and then one did it, and the other one goes, "Oh my god."
Yes, because if
I found
neither
all
of them
his
cancelled,
Sorry, Laura. Sorry, Kira.
I found all his paperwork that he was building a house with her 2 weeks after she broke up with me.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I think it was
All right.
going on prior.
yeah. So they were cheating.
Kira, did you feel? I mean, apart from the betrayal thing, was there a feeling of great embarrassment to let everybody know that this wasn't going ahead? With 6 days out.
I had to let 100 people know, like, the next day.
How did you do it?
Kira, that is heartbreaking.
Is that a group text or what is it?
No, I rang everyone. Like,
so even
manually.
his family and friends.
Yeah.
And
I
did you
it all.
tell them? Could you tell them really what happened, or did you have like a sort of run of the mill?
They were all asking questions.
Yeah,
So
of course they
told
were.
everyone.
And
told them, yeah.
okay, good, because you're in the right. You're
Yes,
in the right.
you're in the right.
Kira, have you found a new partner?
I have. Yeah, we've been together for 5 years now.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good,
Onwards
mate.
and upwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's many good blokes like me around. Kira, just keep finding.
Tony's in Duncraig. Hi, Tony.
Hi.
All right, Tony.
Tony.
So, you were invited to a wedding, yes?
Yeah, we were invited to a wedding in Melbourne, and it's funny because it was a last-minute wedding, but now it's kind of last-minute being called off.
Oh.
So we're all set. We've got our flights. Everybody's set to go, and then they realised that he hadn't finalised his divorce.
Oh,
and
another
they've been
one.
married for 15 years.
Yeah.
And so when he asked to get a divorce, he thought it would be really quick, but she said no.
Oh.
And so everyone's lined up to go. And it's like, it's both of their second marriages. And, it's such a long time since they've been separated. They didn't think it was going to be a big deal, but she's like putting her foot down and saying absolutely not. So now they have to go through that process where, one of the people doesn't agree to the divorce.
Yes.
Really?
It takes
Because
a really long
is it
time.
Divorce.
It sounds
what do you
like
mean by
married at
contested
first sight,
finish?
doesn't it? When they're at the
Yeah.
commitment ceremony and then one person wants to go, the other one wants to leave, and they make you stay there for an extra week.
Yes.
But they've already left each
Except
other.
with 70-year-olds.
They're 70.
70.
I'm sorry, at 70, if you want to leave your partner, just let them go because they've got 5 minutes left.
But I think the lesson here is that if you want to get married, before you organise the wedding and pay the deposit on the venue, maybe get the paperwork done with your ex.
Hey, Nat, can I
And
ask you
before you get everyone to get their flights
Yes.
to different states and countries.
Yes.
70. Give it up. Honestly, I'm with Nathan
No,
there. You haven't got
70-year-olds
time
can be
left.
happy too. but-
Oh, no, it's romantic. I
I
love
haven't
it.
got time for the
It is
paperwork.
romantic.
No, make the most of it. Nat, a contested divorce?
Well, it's like essentially, they haven't agreed on the terms of the divorce. So he's saying, I'll just sign here. And she's like, no, hang on, it's a bit trickier than that.
But is it? If you've been
Yeah,
split up for
100%.
15 years or so?
Well, who knows? Who knows what
I don't
assets
know.
he's
So,
sitting on?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's a lot of factors.
Usually
at play
there's
there.
like an agreement of payment
Yeah.
over a period of time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
someone's been
Yeah.
paying the other person and that's going to stop.
Yeah. And between them, they probably own 8 houses that they bought for $40 each.
I guess there's a bit of paperwork.
Tony.
All right, let's finish off with Sherry in Lansdale. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good, mate. We're having the greatest time talking about this. What happened?
Oh, well, my husband at the time, this was going back 10, 11 years ago, he was working obviously with a young lady who was going to be getting married.
Yeah.
3 days out, all the guests from South Africa flew in. It was 3 days out from the wedding.
Oh.
She was 20. I was about 42 at the time.
Yes.
And she approached my husband and said, hey, if I don't go through with the wedding, are you up for it?
What?
Are you available? Can we make a go of this?
Yes.
And clearly that's the direction they went.
What?
And so there was no wedding. I found out later that I broke into his Messenger account, as you do.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Facebook account.
Yeah.
And found all these messages from her asking him over on a Sunday and will you come and meet me for aerobics and
Is that what you call it?
How old was he?
Well, you do get a sweat up.
How old was he?
He was 40, yeah.
And
yeah.
sucked in. You know
she
what?
was 20.
Sucked in. Here he is, just because he thinks they're hot, as a 40-year-old living a 20-year-old girl's life. The amount of stuff he would have gone to, Shaun is going,
That would have been a nightmare.
So you're ready to go to a wedding, and instead you lost your husband, essentially.
Yeah, that's right.
Sherry,
so, yeah.
Were you guys invited? Were you invited to that wedding, Sherry?
I wasn't.
Oh.
I wasn't, but he could have very well been.
How did she have such a close relationship with your husband to begin
They all
together.
worked together.
Oh, so you okay, right? So they two were more close than you guys were, yes?
Well, not that I was
Obviously.
aware of. It blindsided me. He ended up. Funny enough, it didn't end up with her, but he ended up marrying another woman from the same workplace that he met through his workplace. That lasted 15 months, and then he just recently got married to another one from that same workplace.
Holy
Hey, where is this place?
So,
We've got to go and check it out.
all these single women that just want to get
Does he work
married.
at a modelling agency?
No,
What is this?
I hate to tell you this, guys, but he was a radio announcer.
Was he? Do we know him? Don't say his name. Do we know him?
No. Well, you could have met him down along the line, but no, I don't think so.
Wow.
Was he super attractive?
I don't think so. Well,
I don't think so.
Charm, I
He had a nice
suppose.
car.
Yeah, the charm.
Kind of lives
Yeah,
the nice
yeah,
car.
yeah.
What we're talking about.
Wow,
I think
Sherry.
he's actually schmoozy. He can schmooze anybody, but
Yeah.
it's not what I sometimes listen to him on the radio, and I say to the kids, "God, who's that? I don't even know who that is."
Yeah.
So he's currently on the radio today. These days.
He still does a bit of that. Yeah.
Sherry.
Everybody, let's open up a new competition.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We got a chance to catch up with none other than Spice Girl Mel B.
Now, the funny thing is, Amy, come to the microphone quickly. We had the interview. What time was it, Amy, again?
5:15.
5:15. So we did the interview, and then we'd finished, and then we had to. Then Ali was doing news.
Yes.
So I came back into our office, and I grabbed all of my stuff, and I came into.
I'm sitting there going, what is he doing?
And I've sat down here, and Amy, you said to me,
I was still in here, and I was like, Nathan, the show doesn't start for another half an hour.
He
doesn't want to miss out on the seat.
Well, when you
confused
speak
'cause we heard
to a
Ali
Spice
talking.
Girl, it throws you.
Yeah, clearly.
You don't think you're going to.
No, it's
All
true.
right, let's have a listen.
You look amazing.
What's going on with your earring?
Morning, Mel.
you good?
And I just put my earring in because it just fell out because I was making my dogs go outside. I've got 2 Rottweilers.
Oh.
So one's 4 years old and one's like 5 months old.
Oh, geez.
So my baby one was just like eating wires over here. So I had to let them both outside. I'm like, be gone with you both.
Hey, what room are you in right now?
You look like you're in the roof space.
Yeah, you look like you're in a spaceship.
I'm actually in my movie theatre.
Oh.
No
Room.
way.
I like the Union Jack chair. That's cute.
Oh, my God, I love that.
Either that or you're sitting on
Oh,
Ginger
my God,
Spice.
look at all the
Holy crap.
Union Jack stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Of course.
mate.
Union Jack stuff.
I cannot even handle the fact we're speaking to Mel B and she just showed us around her theatre room.
I know. Very.
That's what I like about you. You've been really open. You don't seem very guarded, Mel.
Well, what you see is what you get. That's the northern mentality.
Yeah.
The north of England, that is. Yeah.
Hey, Mel, last night I was at a function where I said, I've got to go off shortly because we've got to get up early and speak to you. It is amazing how many people connect straight away to you and the Spice Girls over the years. I know you heard it 1,000 times over, but the excitement level...
I'm glad you weren't treated with any insults like, oh, my God, not that lot.
No.
That's pleasant to hear.
No, the excitement on people's faces straight away when they hear your name is sensational.
Oh. That's nice. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm happy about that. Very happy.
When I was thinking about your interview as well, I was thinking, how many interviews have you done in your career, do you think? Ballpark figure.
I was going to say just today.
No,
Or
or
just
your
in general?
entire career. How many do you reckon? Like 10,000 more?
God knows. But you know what? Interviews are good because you can get your message across. You know, back in the day in the 90s when us and Spice Girls were like new on the scene, we had to do interviews. You have to get your message across and to get your understanding of the music and your fan base. So, you know, it is what it is.
Part of the gig.
I like doing interviews.
Yeah, right.
How often on a daily basis, how often do people ask you about a Spice Girls reunion?
Well, recently we've been asked quite a lot because there is something in the pipeline, but we can't say anything just yet, that all 5 of us are committed to. So there should be an announcement in I want to say the next month or so, because we've been working on it hard and all 5 of us have already agreed on it.
Oh.
But I mean, in general, I love it when people say, when are you guys going to reunite? Because I'm always the first person to go, yes. Right now we are. Tomorrow, then I get text messages on the WhatsApp group from the other girls going, why have you said anything? So I'm not saying anything apart from that right now.
Well, you're not saying anything that's actually coming or when it's going to take place, but I guess from the other side of things, you said you're working on it now personally. So do you have to get yourself fit to be able to go, right, we're going to tour and this is going to take the life out of me to go on for quite some time?
I mean, it's not about being fit. It's about your vocal cords being in check and your vocal ability. But I've just recently changed my whole lifestyle. I'm doing ice baths and saunas, which is good for my mental health, actually, more than anything. So I'm 49 years old, so I've got to start taking care of myself at some point. So I figured,
mate, you look amazing. Come on,
have you got a sauna at your house now? Have you got one at your house?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I'm fortunate enough to have a sauna and I've got a bit of a pool, and then I just have a blow-up, kind of, not a blow-up doll, a blow-up ice bath that's outside on my porch.
Amazing.
That
Don't
my
you
dog's
reckon?
trying to literally destroy right now, no doubt.
Years ago, many, many years ago, before health and wellness became such a big thing, if you had a sauna at your house, it was like you're a creepy sex pervert. It's like how I look at a spa now. A spa that lights up.
Yeah.
A spa that has lights and speakers. We know what's going on in there, and that's disgusting.
I tell you what, though, Nathan, that ice bath sure is a buzzkill.
Well, you know what? Saunas, so I've learned in my older age, they help prevent the risk of heart attacks.
Really?
It can lower your blood pressure, and you can do it on a daily basis. And then whether you do an ice bath or a cold shower, it really helps with your nervous system and skeletal body. So it actually, even though it sounds painful, it's actually really good for you.
Can you do that by putting your face down on the nozzle of the kettle while it's boiling?
Well, that'll be an interesting mark on your head.
That. You can do a steam face.
Yeah, a steam face.
Now, with the Masked Singer that we're about to see tonight here on our stations, I was wondering how many different reality shows like this have you been involved in? Have you been asked to do the Masked Singer in another country? Because we know it just...
in a mask. Do you mean?
No, just be a judge or be, because it's not just in Australia.
I mean, apart from being part of Spice Girls, I just fell into this TV role by accident, really. And I've really enjoyed myself. I mean, to be paid to just kind of give your comments and your thoughts, I'd be doing that anyway, sat at home, staring at the TV. So it's been a really good, run of me doing this kind of stuff. But yeah, I did actually do the Masked Singer as an actual contestant. I've done it 3 times. I've been a seahorse, a jellyfish, and I've been the sun. And let me tell you,
the sun would have been bulky.
Dressed up,
yes.
No, they're all bulky, and literally because you're masked, every part of your body is covered, so you are in your own self-built sauna, which is not fun when you're trying to perform and sing.
Yeah.
You can't see, you can't breathe, but it's been interesting. So I've been on the other side.
Yeah.
What countries were they in when you did that?
Italy, the UK, and France.
So do they do that in English or not?
Well, you sing in English, but then the interpreter speaks in like your language, and then it gets put out in whatever language, whatever country you're in.
I think it would be really funny if they didn't have an interpreter and you're just standing on stage and everyone's talking about you don't know what's going on, and then they drag you off.
Well, for a start, after the performance, you can't breathe and you can't see, so you actually want to pass out. So whatever you said would be fine anyway.
Wow. I mean, you've got good insight, that means.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Hey, before we got to wrap up, but I thought while we've got you here, it would be great to do a little bit of a pop question with you. Pop quiz question.
Oh, a game! Can we play a game?
No, it's not even. No, this isn't a game.
Is it a game?
No, this isn't a game. This is about you.
This is a physics exam.
This is about you.
I get it wrong.
And the girls that you've worked with your entire life. We want to know which Spice Girl would you most trust with a secret? Go.
Mel C.
Okay. Which Spice Girl would you let dress you for the red carpet?
Victoria.
Oh, yeah, that's a gimme.
Which Spice Girl would help you commit a crime or like murder someone or hide a body?
That's a trustworthy
Baby
person.
Spice.
That's a trustworthy.
Oh, that face. Yeah, because people trust the
100%.
face. Yeah.
Which Spice Girl farts the most?
It's you, isn't it, Mel?
I'd say Mel C because she has a pretty green diet. Between me and Mel C, I'll put myself up for that one too.
Which one swears the most? It's you, isn't it?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And which is the best cook and the worst cook? Which person would you eat their food and you wouldn't put it near your mouth?
Mel C's the best cook. Jerry's the worst cook because she doesn't really eat properly, and I don't like what she cooks anyway. And what was the other question?
No, that's fine. Why? What does Jerry eat that's so bad?
Just like grains, and it's like rabbit food. I mean, I like my stuff to taste good or to have a bit of a kick or like vegetable, spicy, like chili soup or something.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah. Don't you hate it when you go around those people's houses for dinner? Because then sometimes when they try to just make you meat, like cook you meat because they think you're coming over, they don't know what they're doing.
No, they butcher it. They
Just wave it in your fire.
No.
Mel, we love your work. Thank you so much for talking to us this morning. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank
You're
you
a
for
joy.
having me.
Give our love to the Rottweilers.
Yeah, good on you, Mel.
I will.
Cheers.
Bye.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We are talking about the serious issue of when somebody comes over to your house, it's a date or a one-night stand, we don't judge.
We don't.
But then they steal something from you, and
know.
we do judge that. Or they just do something a bit weird.
Yeah, it's like, no. Like, you serious? I couldn't have been more accommodating last night.
They're my weird cloven-hoofed shoes.
Yes, that's weird.
I know they're weird shoes that he stole. They're worth over $1,000, Nate.
Though, without discounts, around $1,700. Hi, Danielle.
Hi, how are you?
Good, Danielle.
So, was this a fella over at your house? What happened?
Yeah, it was just a date, and he stole my dog bowl.
Okay, so
and
what?
He sent me a video of himself drinking out of it 2 days, or I think 2 days later.
What?
Oh, did he think that was funny, or was generally that, no, I've taken this from you, sucked in?
Were you dating a Labrador?
I don't know what was going through his head, but it was pretty instant block after that.
Okay, so he took your dog bowl, and he sent you a video of him drinking out of it. Was it a
his
video?
dog.
Was it of his dog drinking out of it?
No, it was him drinking out of it.
It was him.
And I know that it was my bowl because it was like wasn't like just a normal silver bowl. It was like one I got made for my dog at the time with his name on it.
So he took it. He sent you this video. Now, was he sending the video as like, ha ha ha, look what I'm doing, or was it?
I don't think so.
So it was like sexy. He thought it was
I
sexy.
think it was meant to be sexy.
He thought that was gonna be sexy. You know what I mean?
Well, he missed the mark, didn't he?
I mean, but like, even if it was sexy, knowing he was drinking out of your stolen dog bowl would take the sexiness out of it.
Yeah, I want my dog bowl back. My dog's thirsty.
Like if I know that Danielle's into me drinking out of a dog bowl, I'll drink out of my own dog bowl. I won't steal hers because that won't get her on side for the next visit.
Instant block. There you go.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's an
Danielle. Sue's in North Perth. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, Sue. Did a date steal from you? What happened?
Oh, it was a long time ago, about 25 years ago, and we met at a party, and it was pretty cool, and we hung out for a while, and then I was living in an apartment with a friend, and we went back there, and in the morning he took off, which was fine because I thought he was a wee bit weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sunday I didn't really kind of leave the apartment, and then Monday I went to go to work and I couldn't find my car keys anywhere.
What?
and thought that I must have left them in the car. So I went down and the car was missing.
Oh, he stole your car!
He stole my car.
I love how you're like,
unbelievable.
He was a bit weird.
Did he send a video of him drinking out of it?
So how did you chase that down, Sue? What happened?
I tried to get hold of him because I had just had a feeling it was him, and I tried to get hold of him, and I couldn't get hold of him. Left a couple of messages and said, look, if you don't return my car, and I know you've got it, I'm going to phone the police and report it stolen. Anyway, and I did because I hadn't heard back from him by the Tuesday.
Yes.
And then about the end of the week, I got a phone call from the police to say that he had robbed a petrol station.
Your taste in men is shocking.
You can pick him.
You can pick him, all right.
God, you must have been
Beautiful
desperate
work,
at the
Sue.
time.
Beautiful
You
work.
knew he was a bit off, but thought, well, I'll go with it anyway.
So, are you with someone now?
Two-door Daihatsu egg box. It was like a little tiny two-door Daihatsu egg box. It wasn't even a nice car. And he was about 6'7".
So, are you with someone now?
Yes, I'm married.
A good fella?
Better than that?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, anybody's going to look good after that, isn't he?
That's classic, Sue.
Amazing work, Sue.
Yeah. Sue's been with her husband for 4 years right now, and every week he gets so excited to get her a letter from her in prison.
Amazing. We're hearing adventures or misadventures, indeed. People that have a date come over to their house, whether it's a one night stand,
Well, you don't know what you do in the
just,
privacy of your own home.
Exactly, we don't care. But they came over for loving, essentially, and they stole something from you.
So they came over for love and they did some stealing. Jessica's in Belia. Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Hi, Jess.
Hey, Jess.
What happened?
I had a guy that came over. Look, wasn't stealing much, but and I wouldn't really say stealing because we're all hungry after a big night.
Famished. Some would say famished. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, he basically took a chicken bake that had been in there for about a month.
Oh,
None
God.
of us wanted to. We were a group of housemates living together and no one wanted to throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
Little did he know. I could hear him pinging at something. And then me and my girlfriend then realised when we woke up he was gone. The chicken pasta bake was gone.
Uh-oh.
And we put two and two together and the tinging was him hitting the bottom of the thing, the bottom of the bowl. Oh, my God, it would have been so old and like...
Oh, my God.
He would have been
tasted
crying.
Luckily, there's nothing safer than old chicken.
Yes.
You know what? You really knackered him out, though. Well done.
Yeah, he needed that.
Yeah. Really put you back into it,
Story
Jess.
for her life.
If you hang out with Jess, you carb load before and after.
Yes. Bring your own. It's probably safer. Thanks, Jess. Joe's in Rockingham. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, Joe. Did a date steal something from you? What happened?
Yeah, really weird behaviour. Small backstory is that I met a guy going out one night. He was from the eastern states and we got along and I was already planning to go away to Bali for a couple of weeks, a few days later, but he broke his leg and couldn't return back to the eastern states. So I said, oh, you can stay at my place while I've gone away to Bali.
Yes.
Yep, all fine. So I went away to Bali, came back, and I was living on my own at that time, and my house was nice, and all my plants were gone. And I said, what's the deal? Where's all my plants?
Yeah.
Like I had beautiful plants inside. And he said, yeah, well, they had breathed the same air, the same oxygen as your past boyfriend, so I had to get rid of them.
Oh, my God, what a psychopath.
How haven't you been
Oh, my
murdered?
God, I can't
You should be
imagine.
dead right now because he was a murderer.
That's the biggest red flag I've ever seen flying.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Joe, was he serious or did he make that up on the spot that he unloaded them to people for some money?
He'd been down the Melville Marcus.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That sounds weird as.
Oh, he would have gone. He went through all my stuff, but the stupidest thing is that I ended up marrying him.
You married him?
Joe?
Joe!
As in you were trapped into marrying him and this is a cry for help? Or...
I don't know. There were so many red flags. I should have stopped but hadn't taken notice.
Joe,
I
how
didn't,
long
but
ago
that
did
was
you break up
fun.
with him? How long ago did this end?
20 years ago now.
20 years ago. So after
I
that...
married again.
After that breakup, did you get rid of all the plants?
Again? You're like, yeah, he's been breathing your oxygen.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
That's
really
reverse
expensive.
feng shui.
that is unbelievable.
I've never heard of that before.
Married him?
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.